up, YouTube? We are back with our last installment for our senior players. Now, we talked a little bit about some hip turn, some hand speed, and today's final session is going to be all about the ideal shot shape for a senior player. What is it? You're about to find out. Let's go. Over the last 15 years, I've had the pleasure of coaching some of the finest senior players in this area. Some of them have won their club championships, they've played in humongous tournaments, and some have even gone on to play in the U.S. Senior Amateur. That is such a great accomplishment. And the one thing they all generally tell me is they love to hit a straight draw. Now, a straight draw is a little bit different than a push draw or a pull draw. What we want to do is learn what creates a straight draw and why it is so advantageous to do it as a senior player. All right, so what is a straight draw, and why do you want to hit it as a senior player? So a straight draw is a golf ball that starts on this line out in front of me in this rope's direction, and then it draws to the left of that. Now, the reason we want to hit that shot and not a push draw is because when we hit a shot that is a push draw, it has the same path, so it's the same in to out as a straight draw, but with a push draw, the face is more open. When the face is more open, it's also creating a little bit more loft, and it's creating a direction that makes the ball start to the right and draw back in. It lands a little softer and probably doesn't roll out nearly as far. When we hit a straight draw, the club hits the golf ball once it's moving from in to out, and it hits it in line with the rope. And we've actually taken and we've gotten the golf club to de-loft a little bit, and we're decreasing the loft and creating a little more straight to left spin on the golf ball, which is going to make the ball hit the ground and roll a little bit further. As a senior player, we want those extra yards when it hits the ground to roll out, especially if we're struggling to get to the green with maybe a 5-wood or a hybrid. We want that thing to roll up to the collar, up to the neck of the green, or maybe even onto the front edge. I know we struggle hitting our long clubs onto the green, but this is going to help that golf ball roll out through the green, so you've got a better chance to make par. All right, so now that you know what a straight draw is, how do we work on it? And how do we use the pieces that we learned in the previous sessions to make a straight draw occur? So we've got a rope down here on the ground. And if you know me, you know I don't like making people go out and buy training aids. This piece of rope probably cost me $3. You can wrap it up, stick it in your golf bag. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the drills we did from last time, that hand speed drill. You're going to set up to that golf ball, and you're going to do it again, but with the intention of starting it directly on this piece of rope from a down the line angle. So it's going to look something like this. My goodness, it's windy out. Here we go. And you're going to make sure that golf ball starts in line with the rope, whether it draws or does whatever is not here nor there. But I want to make sure it starts in line with the rope. And what you're going to do is you're just going to continue to make it bigger like we did in the previous section. Bladed it. It's very cold. Those absolutely hurt my hands. Let's do one more so you guys know I know exactly what I'm doing and I'm not a total hack. Here we go. Another one. Perfect. Right over the rope. That's fantastic. It even drew a little bit, so that's actually pretty good. So I want you to start with that. Lay the rope out, hit a couple golf shots, get a sense for how far right or left the ball is traveling away from the rope. I want to make sure when you hit every shot, the ball goes from point A, right here, to point B and is going directly over that rope. If you are hitting the ball and it's going way off to the right and it's starting there, guess what? Your face is too open. You need to fix it. You need to get it more shut at impact. So make smaller swings and adjust it. The next thing you're going to do, and it's super important, is we're going to talk about path. We're going to fix your path. Best way to do that, best way I've ever seen this done, is we're going to take a stick. And I've got this neat little contraption. You don't need it. You can just stick your stick directly into the ground. And we're going to stick the stick straight up in the air. Put this noodle on it to make it easier to see. And what you're going to do is you're going to position that stick about maybe in line with your heels. We're going to put that golf ball back in line with the rope. Your task is you're going to make some swings. And you're going to finish up over that stick. Now, we said a straight draw is a club face that's square to where you're trying to hit it, and a path that's in to out. This is the in to out piece. A lot of people will teach path with things back here. Like, we got to go under this noodle. We got to. Here's the deal. I need you to figure out how to get your arms to go up and out in this direction to make the path travel in that direction. So I need you to do the small swings first, start the ball in line with that rope, and avoid the noodle. Look at that. Ball started dead straight, veered off to the left. There's only like 20-mile-an-hour winds going to the left, so it's probably going to go left anyway. And we're going to repeat that process. Now, as you watch this, you're going to notice that every time I swing, my arms kind of feel like they go up and out and away from me. That's a good thing. As a senior player, I don't need you to stay down, side bend, do all this really crazy stuff, have all this extra turn and impact. From a down the line angle, it's going to probably feel like you're a little bit taller at impact, and that's okay. You don't have to be, Joachim Neiman to hit a golf ball as a 65-year-old player. I need you to feel like you're pushing off the ground, up. You're going to push up, get your arms to extend past this noodle, and finish nice and tall. That is going to create a little more path for you, a little more into out. It might even raise the handle a little bit, which will create a little extra path, which is fine. And make sure you line the face up with that rope, so every time you hit it, it's going to go pretty straight. Now, before we wrap this up, can you do me a favor? Hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. We're still going to give away a golf lesson through Skillest for every 10 comments. So if you do it, I'm going to reach out to you directly, and we're going to make that happen. We might even put it up on a video later on YouTube, so that would be pretty cool. Free golf lessons if you comment. But to review. So in review, what we've got to do is, again, start our golf balls on this line, right over the rope. We've got to make our swings. We've got to get our arms to go up over the noodle. And most importantly, make sure when you're on the golf course and you're hitting this golf shot, you just adjust your game accordingly. So if you notice you hit it straight and it draws 5 yards, do yourself a favor, adjust all your body lines 5 yards right of target, hit it straight, and let it come back in and draw. If you can layer all these pieces together, all 3 sessions, number 1, hip turn. Number 2, hand speed with the wrist unhinging the golf club. And 3, hitting a straight draw, which consists of the club face being square and the path being into out. You are going to hit and play the best golf of your life as a senior player with the easiest golf swing possible.